I changed my mind.
1. Your little horse.
Oh, she really want to eat meat. The song request is so cat. So I led a bit. I need to hurry home. When especially Happy New Year. I am editing videos and realizing that I have an awful lot of technical material. I actually want to answer the question of whether something is happening on the ship. Yes, work is continuously being done on the ship, and I'll probably split it into several parts, just as it happened. Maybe it won't connect because the work wasn't done immediately. You know, it's done alternately. There were holidays in between. Some things were awaited, some were ordered, some had to be bought. So hopefully it will be liked, and I'll try to alternate it again with the normal continuation of our voyage, so it doesn't show if he likes it or something like that. So everyone enjoy it, and all the best, everything nice for the new year. Bye. And we have another project here. I'm on the toilet again. Here is a cabinet. In the cabinet was a tank for flushing the toilet with water. Here is a completely new one, not connected anywhere. So we actually use the tank in the front. These are guest bathrooms, and they are direct. I don't assume that I would connect it anywhere. And I was actually dealing with, I'll pause like this.
Yeah, there's space back here if we look like this, and it's not nice. So in this here I should have the heating, and about 2 meters further, Tutkei pose, about 2 meters further, I should have the exhaust, which I don't really want to have 2 meters of wooden pipes.
And then another thing, for the runs a 90mm pipe for the air duct for about 10 meters.
Impractical. I need this heating here as an emergency, or just to freshen up the interior a bit and possibly heat the cabin. Yeah, if some cold front comes or it's below zero, we'll move to the back, we'll heat up there, close it, and we won't freeze at night.
We don't plan to winter somewhere in minus temperatures, so it's really just as a backup. So a heater will be brought here. I have a heater and I've already shown it, but I have an 8 kilowatt Vevor. I add it on the boat on Slappy.
Yeah, it worked just beautifully, without any faults, without any issues. So hopefully it will be the same.
I recorded at the cabinet. The exhaust will be led right out to the side here, which is actually wrong, but wrong. I won't be able to use the heating when I'm tied next to another boat because the exhaust will blow onto the other boat. So somewhere in the marina, it's unusable.
On the other hand, when we're in the marina on the currents, I can heat with the air conditioning, so it's kind of perfect. Here it might just turn off wildly, and at night it will drop somewhere below a certain level where it will be like that, so we'll just heat it up.
I know, Yobasi, you don't put the exhaust in the middle of the boat because then when you're downwind it could blow into the windows from the exhaust, and that's bad. However, from here to the back there are no opening windows. Yes, here is the last window with an opening bathroom window, and then there are only fixed windows, which means that from here to the back it's kind of safe. That's the first thing.
And secondly, I actually made a siphon.
So even if we are at an angle, it's actually just a small part here that doesn't count as a walkable deck. I don't expect to have such inclines, but a wave might come, splash on it, and it should stay like those 15 centimeters up and then return. Yes.
Well, I light up, here actually comes the passage for the exhaust. It will be hidden, so that's it.
Yes, insulation. The heating will come here. It will intake. A pipe will actually come here. It will actually go down. There will be a T here. One half will actually go back to the cabin. And here I have a handy double actually.
double wall. So I'll remove it and stretch the pipe as short as possible, like this underneath, and it will actually blow for me.
And it should actually lead here, and here would simply be the outlet for hot air. Yes, directly into the salon. The lady is stuffing herself. So actually, here it will heat into the salon. Down there will be the exhaust into the cabin. Yes, a short entry. We have it extended through the hole. Yes, actually, here in the hole, a larger diameter hole is made. For the grommet, there are actually 3 layers of thermal tape, and it's actually tightened. There's also a rubber washer, non-flammable, on both sides, so it's insulated from the hole. It's actually a pipe within a pipe, so it should kind of work. Once the exhaust is put on, I have here actually thermal tape, and I actually have another thermal tube here. I have tested it, it works, so the whole thing will be wrapped in that again, so it shouldn't pose a threat to the surroundings.
Once I pull it down, I'll show it.
The heating is already running. I didn't really film the installation itself. There's nothing really interesting about it. Needle, small filter, little pump, so that the knocking doesn't transfer to the wood. It is on a spring element, so it straps on. The basic rule for installing heating is what did they always teach us? Poor suction, good pressure. This means actually the shortest possible supply line from the tank to the pump, and then it's the same length. Here's another outlet. I haven't screwed it in yet. It's noisy here because it's running at full throttle, and once it's covered, it'll be something different. Nevertheless,
Exhaust insulated.
And the heating itself is actually made flexible. Yeah, and the sheet metal that it actually...
if it resonates, it flexes a little. I'll still pipe it up, seal it. Here, a clean air intake will be made. And here is actually the outlet from which the heat is already blowing. The installation itself took, I don't know, a few hours. It's actually worse to then thread cables and so on. Disassemble the furniture. Here it's again to disassemble everything. Here I have supervision, looking into the manual. So far I haven't managed to connect the application. Here is the display itself. This is what the control looks like. Simple, quite visible from any angle. Connected through a fuse, so there's really nothing to it.
well, it's hot here. I've already turned up the heat and now I'm airing it out. I haven't checked the consumption yet, but together.
And together it takes about 14 amperes, but with 2 refrigerators running. And so on. I see it all after, I turn it off, leave only the heating running, and you could say the heating project is finished. Everything works, clean up, tidy up, and so on.
That's how it is when off-road experiences, winches ropes, broken ropes, tangled ropes, steel rope, synthetic rope, then intertwined with yachting. This mess was here.
Became a functional but ugly and mainly difficult to handle. Synthetic was bought, and so it was nicely braided, one end and the other. Now just a click and I can board. A click is made.
and secured.
Yes, a four-wheeler someone can hang on that rope, say, so it will also serve as a railing. And gradually I will replace all those steel cables that are around like this. Use a slightly thicker one, machi, not for strength, but for appearance.
Well, while the cat is sleeping.
Again, we have a berth behind us. I'm making shelves. There's already one shelf here. Yeah, moving it. Actually, we have lights here that are completely useless by the feet, so I'll be moving them forward. I actually took out here. It's kind of a insert. I remove the cabinet. Here I have tools, but
with the boss, we're shaping it. Stops and wedges will actually be made for it.
So things don't fall out. And one more point, show here. I had a little table here until now, and that's not all. But behind one cabin is a storage room, and on the other side, actually a workshop.
and here.
A beautiful new floor. And what is Darling doing?
Darling is painting what your darling sanded for 2 days. We need to treat it before winter.
Yeah, actually the whole thing was sanded for 2 days. Like really sanded brutally. Yeah, that we were actually stripping from it.
You finished it well.
It was being stripped off so that so it's not visible, often by a millimeter, people to level the silicone. If the silicone was leveled with the board and the board, actually, yes, it was already terced, so it was sanded down completely, like really a lot. For example, you can see like this, how it looked inside. I couldn't get in there, I won't see anything.
Move the table for me something.
In any case. Anyway, shares. Okay, here's the sanding in the spring, and now it was sanded this year. In winter, it needs to be treated, so it's coated with oil. It will wear off in a month, but at least it provides some protection. Now it's dark, but once it dries, it will lighten a bit. As I always say, constant repairs in beautiful places. Here we have a beautiful view. The water's still good for swimming. It's 23 degrees. It's almost. I haven't actually bragged about it yet. It probably happened in the stories. We have distance on the bottom plate on the anchor. We have the same keychain actually on the bottom plate and the same keychain on the anchor, just in case. Distance on the heating, and this is the result. One shelf, another shelf, lights.
It'll beautify it further.
5 weeks. Darling will dry here, so I'm not finishing the project yet to show how the impact turned out.
And when it dries, then the same color again from the same.
The worst part is that it lasts for about 3 weeks, then it comes off again. Everywhere you walk, it's turned off.
And what is Darling doing?
She bought some magic jars and is putting spices into those jars.
And what awaits me then?
Will I make a shelf? No.
Where is he going?
There.
And now what's he doing?
Trying to stuff bay leaves in there, but...
And in the end, she didn't have that big glass.
And I'm also using the second pack. So stuff it in again so it doesn't lose its scent. Here we still have bay leaves from the Czech Republic. And she sent spices.
Well, for explanation, now we have spices here kind of scattered around, right? Some in a bag, some just in a jar. Who can get to it? And here is a bare wall. So we just made some shelves here and things will be back there. Today we'll be exploring the shops. We ended up succeeding at a bazaar, surprisingly, and they actually have similar diameters here. Small jar and large jar, for example, for oils, for vinegars, right? Then probably originally canning jars and then such sympathetically small ones because there was always a problem with what we have like this. So you buy, I don't know, pepper, pour the bag in and it's really just 1.5 centimeters. The jar is big, each one different. That's still what we have left from home and that's how you just pour it in. You label it so it looks nice and when it's all filled, I'll make shelves to measure. We have 3 or 4 sizes here and we just realized that some are still missing for certain ingredients, so we'll just add them and then create it. Mainly, it has to be secure when it comes to tilting or bouncing on waves so that nothing falls out. That's the problem with most spice jars. They're just placed there because no one expected the kitchen to be bouncing 2 meters high, simply. And so we are gradually improving it. The snow hasn't shown up yet. We have here Heritage Zone. They put together the magnets we had left from all the places we visited, and actually we always took a magnet, a sticker, or stickers like that to stick on the car. And magnets are put on the fridge, and we didn't really pay much attention. Actually, we didn't collect them diligently. So we decided to make a wall here, and we put together what we have and what we still have left untouched. And now we'll diligently get a magnet from every place we visit that's worth it. A magnet that will eventually be stuck on. Here, anger. I just got completely startled because the cat actually went through the window over there, right? I said, damn, the cat escaped. So I yelled and he was down here, poor thing. Now we have strange cats coming here, so we need to be careful. Here, it fetches. She's had enough sleep.
Well, when you walk all day around that mess.
Anyway, we're waiting for 6 o'clock because they have daytime working hours there. In the morning, they have regular opening hours. Then they close at 2 and reopen at 6. And they are open until 8. For example, in Nidri, there was a bakery that was open even at 9 in the evening. It's already dark everywhere, and there's a lady or a young woman sitting bored with the last 2 loaves of bread and a few pieces of pastry on the shelf, and they just stay open. Soon the boat store is closed. Yesterday, I spent the whole evening actually grill. We want a grill, so we know the brand, we know the dimensions, we know the grill model. According to reviews from sailors, everyone agrees that it's probably the most suitable. Here, I searched the entire internet, basically in the States as well. I found some cheaper ones, but the shipping was double because the grill is heavy. So in the end, it came to, I calculated that if I buy it here, it costs the same as buying it for half the price in America and having it shipped here for the same money. Today we went to the bazaar, went into the store, and they have it on the shelf. So hopefully I understood correctly how much it costs. And now we're waiting until 6 o'clock because we obviously kind of went on our own again. Then we decided to stop by for it, and they were already closed. So at 6 o'clock, now I'm still recording a video actually, so you have something to watch. And at 6 o'clock, we are going there. So there will be a grill, there will be something to do again, because we have to create the construction for the railing. Although it is 6 o'clock, it is already dark here, and our local area is beautifully lit. We are taking a means of transport with us.
Because the grill weighs about 14 or 15 kilograms with the packaging.
And it would be silly for it to drag on. Are you looking forward to it?
Are you looking forward to this?
I'm more like, no, I'm used to their working hours, whether it will be open or...
So we turn around and go back. It's just one intersection further.
And let me take a look tomorrow.
They're open tomorrow too. It's one of those spontaneous events.
Such as at the ends of things.
After the end of things. Oh, but no, well, we'll sleep on it tomorrow, and maybe it wouldn't be bought. So it's quite a purchase, as if for... It's not cheap, so there's this moral barrier, like to buy or not to buy, but...
I justified it by saying we would buy a joint Christmas gift.
Firstly and secondly, from experience actually in the Czech Republic on the boat, that grill never went out. I cooked on it. I just baked on it. We made sticky things on it, everything. When there were visits or just some parties, that grill just ran at full blast.
The menu will expand much more, of course. A big piece of meat will be roasted.
Exactly, yes. And especially in the summer.
A salad will be made in the summer and it's yours, right?
In the summer, frying meat inside is just a hassle. It's hot, splattered everywhere. Just throw it on the grill and do the best shit.
We already have the grill. Darling is already working. Are you serious?
How do you feel?
It hurts when you pay. Well then, we have a grill.
We also bought nets, some crap, thank you very much.